if we are live, you should talk about carpet bags. On chat. Have they been talking to nobody for 10 minutes? Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we have.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you guys were great at it.
Oh, thank you. That was just the practice. We're back
This
up.
is real life.
We were just rehearsing some stuff.
We're back.
Where should we go back?
We were wondering why chat was just so bored with us, and
Yeah,
it's because
right?
you couldn't see us.
Or maybe we're just boring. Anyways,
Hell.
hi guys, carpet bag.
Hey!
All right, I was wondering why people weren't more excited.
I know.
Did you hear this news? The creator of Octodad is talking to us in about an hour.
Octodad.
Octodad, Deadliest Catch. We're so friggin' excited. I am so honored, so pumped. He is a great person, great game.
Never met him.
And this is, well, you're gonna get the chance.
All
right now.
I'm so excited to be
And-
hosting this show with you because I get to meet all these sweet game designers.
Yes, he's actually a very sweet person too. He's a sweet game designer and a sweet person.
I find a lot of game designers that's true.
Yes.
Yeah. There's not a lot of mean game designers out there. A
Well,
few.
I don't know. They can be mean in ways.
Oh, all right.
We won't get into that. But yeah, and he brought a bunch of Steam keys to give away. Isn't that fantastic?
That is awesome.
Isn't that
I
awesome of
love
him?
free stuff,
I mean,
as
like, he's-
we established.
He's just like an indie studio. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
have to do that. So he's doing that. It's part of the special things we're doing this week for Father's Day.
Woo.
And so
Father's Day
hopefully,
special.
if you tune in, maybe you'll win a Steam key for Octodad, and then you can play it with your dad. and
So do
tell
we
him how
do we
he's
need
an
to like
octopus.
roll it back and do our 10-minute bit a second time? I don't know how this works.
What? I don't know. We gotta keep it fresh. Keep
All
going.
right, keep it fresh.
Meanwhile, at 3 p.m. today is my show, Grab Bag. We got Jake Bresch from Cherry Picked Games.
All right.
And Marie Poole. Her name rhymes with cool. I'm gonna say that over and over again.
Yeah, you're really running with that one.
Okay. All right. And she's the CEO of Lone Shark Games. Isn't
Yes.
that cool?
Yes.
And she's gonna be, doing these games with us. So.
Lone Shark Games just announced some new stuff about Apocrypha today. So
Absolutely.
chat, you should definitely interrogate her.
My dad doesn't play games. Well, maybe he will play a game about being a dad.
Yeah, maybe he will like watch with you, like you could
Yeah,
play
somebody
it
was
and-
like, Pete Wiz, did I hear free stuff? Yeah, you did.
I could see playing Octodad with your dad could open up some really interesting conversations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And actually, we could start those interesting
When
conversations
Phil's
in
here.
an hour.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, did you guys vote on the grab bag theme? I hope you did. I worked really hard. We got Rococo comedy, horror western, pirate romance,
Pirate romance in the
and
house.
sci-fi classroom. Pirate romance is winning, but if you like any of these other ones, like Rococo comedy, be sure to cast your vote. There's still some time left.
I'm pretty sure that at some point Marie Poole's Facebook profile was her in a pirate costume.
Well, this has to be a pirate romance, so shiver me timbers,
That
beautiful lassie. I don't know.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes. I'm
been
excited
great.
for it. Please vote and watch.
Do we talk about the awesome subs, 5 subs?
Oh, if you didn't miss it, Zach just came in here to troll us and to tell us what's up. But if we get 5 more subs, we have the 950 sub giveaway. That means physical stuff. Hey, Lace Amblin, thanks. Welcome aboard to the Yojimbo.
Welcome to the Yojimbo.
Welcome aboard.
Join us, rabbits. Rabbit people? Is that what we are?
I think we're thumpers.
Thumpers.
But
Is
are really
that's our
rabbit
That's our
aliens.
actual race. Like
Yeah.
if we were on Star Trek.
If you don't know what they look like, it's that.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it's only 5 away, and we're giving away a lot of beautiful, fantastic stuff.
Here he comes.
he comes. Come
Woo!
on.
Free Shadowrun books,
wanna
free
touch
Valiant
Apparently-
books.
So apparently we were offline when all this was happening, which makes me feel really stupid. And we hold ourselves to a higher standard than not even knowing we're offline for 10 minutes. What the
All
fuck?
right.
Anyway, guys, these just came in today. This is really exciting. So adding to the Catalyst giveaway for Shadowrun, the Catalyst Valiant Universe books came in today. So we're gonna throw into the pack that we give away in 5 subscribers from now the Valiant Universe Transcendence Edge, which is the new edition, and the Collector's Edition Core Rulebook, which is super, super awesome with an embossed cover of Exo Manowar.
Chat, if you have never opened a Collector's Edition Catalyst role-playing book, it is a thing of beauty.
Look at this. This is embossed.
It
I
is.
feel
It's
the
amazing.
embossed. And the foil. You want this.
Yeah, so that's both of those now added to the giveaway, plus the Shadowrun Runners Toolkit, the beginner's box.
Beginner's box.
This is so beautiful. Yes.
Faster, which I think is all about meta races. So fantastic.
Never go unarmed, guys. Get this pack.
So 5
Win
subscribers
it.
away. Let's hit that today. Let's hit it today. And we're only like 100 or so followers away from our big over 9,000 follower goal.
Woo!
Let's do it.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
You can do it, guys. I know I can count on you, Thumpers, because Hyper RPG exists for you guys. Just
Yeah.
And do you know what we're doing at 6 p.m. today?
No, tell me, Malika.
So, Dead by Daylight just launched. Woo! And if you guys don't know, Zach is a killer. Did somebody just put that in there for me?
Psycho killer!
So Zach is a killer. It's a 4-versus-1 horror game where one player takes on the role of the savage killer and the other 4 players survive. And they try to escape the killer and avoid being caught and killed. Do you guys want to see this trailer? It's kind of scary. I'm going to show you.
I'll hide under the table.
Okay, I might hide under the table too.
All right.
But we're gonna show this so people know what's going on at 6 tonight. Just imagine when the killer comes, it's actually Snuggle Lord. I'm scared already.
Run faster.
I think I'm gonna just do one of these.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
No, I don't want to see the bad part.
It's fine. It's
no,
fine.
she's running for her life.
She just locked her keys in
Wait
the
a
car.
second. Oh my gosh.
Chat, tell Malika when to close her eyes.
That's a tough one. Would you help that person?
No.
They look like a zombie.
I would not help that person. I'm helping that person by also running. Maybe they'll chase me instead, right? That's help. Maybe he's a butcher.
No, he had a chainsaw. I can't. I want to see. I don't want to see. I want to see. I don't want to see.
She's got good sneakers. Always
Oh,
wear
no, no,
good
no, 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 no,
sneakers
no, no, no,
in a
no.
horror movie.
Oh my gosh, this is like, oh my gosh. Why are you in enclosed space? You're not safe.
No, that's usually wrong.
No.
That was the wrong place to go.
Oh no.
Nothing scary ever happens in the quiet parts of these trailers. I did watch The Forest last night.
No.
Oh, see? See?
No, she's not safe. She's not safe.
totally good.
No, it's
It's
totally gonna
fine.
be a jump scare.
She's great.
It's totally gonna be a jump scare.
This is the time to close your eyes, I'm pretty sure.
No, I have to see what happens.
Oh!
Oh! Okay, it's over. Anyways, it's out now, guys.
I don't know, you never know with these trailers.
It's out now, and we're gonna be playing that game. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
Are you going to be playing that game, Malika?
No, I'm going home.
Are you playing that game?
No, I'm not playing that game. Thank you for the hugs, guys. Oh my gosh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine.
It's totally got that classic 90s, 80s horror vibe.
I've always
to it.
personally
you
been a
know.
big Jason fan.
Yeah, Freddy,
In the
Jason.
Freddy versus Jason world,
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah,
about the Jason.
absolutely.
So that looks perfect.
Yeah, that looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Maybe not for the faint of heart, but we're going to be having a blast playing it tonight at 6 p.m.
Woohoo! Malika's gonna have a blast tonight playing it.
I don't know if I'm not hiding under the table. So we have a little segment here. Are we
Yeah.
showing the card first?
Sure. Well, each week we're going to be doing, for those of you just joining us, this is Hyper RPG Rapid Stew Game Day, right?
Game day.
Game day.
Where we
So-
just talk about what we love, which is games.
Yeah, video games and board games, and sometimes the cross between the two, which
And
is
we
really
like
fun.
to talk to you guys. So
Yeah, we like to
please,
hear from you guys.
like everything that we're talking about, please let us know your thoughts.
Yes. So we're gonna game designer profile this week.
Everybody says we're going to be laughing so hard at Malika hiding.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
yes.
much. I'm
I
like
will be.
a cat where if I cover my head, I think people don't see the rest of my body.
If I can, and that's happening, if you're on the stream, I'll try and get on Discord.
For sure.
while
And make
that's
fun of
happening.
me.
Well, not make fun of you, but enjoy the experience.
Oh man, Rules the Rule says, is there a mod for the game so instead of growling and stuff, he just goes dum-dum all the time? That would be so funny, especially if Zach was playing. Oh my gosh, somebody, modders, make it happen,
Make
please.
it happen.
Please.
So,
Yes.
game designer profile.
Game designer profile.
So this week we decided to do, actually a friend of mine, Paul Peterson.
Paul Peterson.
Chat, do you guys know who Paul Peterson is? Any ideas? Any games that are favorites for you? Please chime in.
Maybe we should pull up the
Yeah.
the,
Didn't we,
the
like,
little
queue up that video?
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I messed up.
All right.
I messed up. We already did. Whoops.
She's got it. It's fine.
I don't know. He worked on a game you might have all heard of.
Yeah, chat. I'd love to hear you shout out some of your favorite stuff that he's done.
All right, here we go.
Some of my favorite game designers are my friends. So we hang out all the time, and
Aww.
when you hang out with your friends all the time, you always have good stories.
Paul
The
has a
last
heart of
2
gold.
years for Tabletop Day, a bunch of us have piled into a car and traveled all over Seattle and gone to different game stores, and there
Like
are
uncles?
hundreds
Like
of people playing
uncles.
games. So I just love doing that, and especially doing that with my friends. The way I got my start was Richard Garfield asked me to be a game designer because I was in customer
Oh,
service,
that's
and
interesting.
I was playing
Yeah.
games with Richard fairly regularly, and he just came up one day and said, we've decided that you don't need to be customer service anymore, you need to be a game designer. So
Can you imagine
That's a
just seeing
great-
your desk and
that's
Richard
a great
Garfield's like,
feeling.
hey, come be a game designer.
I've worked both as a game designer for pen and paper games and a game designer in electronic games. So over the years, I've worked for Wizards of the Coast. I worked for an MMO company. I've worked for Real Networks, Zynga. I currently work for PopCap.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But in the hobby game industry, I've made games for Wizards of the Coast, AEG. I'm currently working with Gamesmith. I did a game called Unexploded Cow with James Ernest. My current hot game is Smash Up from AEG. I'm a developer on the Pathfinder Adventure card game. And then there's a bunch of upcoming stuff. A couple years ago, I was teaching some people how to play Guillotine, and I hadn't played it in a while. The first thing I did was said, okay, here's this game.
Thanks for
the first thing
following.
you're gonna do when
Friend
you open your
computer
game,
welcomes
you're
a
gonna
new
go to
thumper
Jack, and you're gonna take this
for
card and
science.
pull out the Cal Stars card, and I threw it over my shoulder.
Chairman.
And everybody laughed.
Oh,
I said,
wait.
that's
Is
the
that
biggest
a new
gaming mistake. That's the biggest
new
mistake as a
sub?
game designer I've ever made in my life is that
What?
card.
Okay,
So pull
I'm
it out
gonna-
immediately. And just that kind of interaction with my fans, with people who like my games, just I love doing that. I'm a huge fan of Antoine Bauza. So I love Takenoko, Tokaido.
Talked about Tokaido last week.
My other favorite games, Lords of Waterdeep, I play whenever I can. Oh, and I've also been playing a lot of Roll For It. It's a shameless plug, but I really do play a lot of that
Sorry.
game. I really love it.
I didn't know what to do there. Oh my gosh, thanks for a new sub! Welcome aboard!
We appreciate you.
Welcome aboard!
Well-
Awesome. Thank you.
We're doing the
Oh,
salute.
and Turret That Nerd, thanks for following us.
All right.
Woo!
Thank you, Sub Hype.
I think we have to give them a roll on the Yojimbo.
All right.
I say he sounds like he would do very well on the bridge. Patrick, what is our new subscriber doing on the bridge?
Maybe he's an assistant science officer.
Assistant science officer.
Yeah,
I did
you know?
I did not know we had a science R&D division on the
Yeah,
Yojimbo.
absolutely.
So thank you. What was it? Dunder?
I just, maybe there is no science officer.
can't-
If
I
there's
can't
no
s-
science officer, forget the assistant. You are now the science officer.
Okay, well,
Instant promotion.
quite impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you for the subscribe. We're only 4 subscribers away now for our
4.
awesome
Stuff.
giveaway from Valiant and Shadowrun.
Yes.
You want that limited edition book? I know you do.
Yes.
Yeah, Chairman Demur, thanks. You are the assistant science officer.
All right.
Thank you, Patrick. Welcome to the Yojimbo.
Yes. Welcome.
For science.
For science.
For
Absolutely.
science. All right, we were just watching this video
I
about.
think that's.
All right,
we got,
so
we
that-
got the gist of
so
that.
basically-
So that's Paul.
He worked on magic.
He started at Wizards of the Coast. A lot of the game designers you'll find either started working for Jordan or started by working at Wizards of the Coast. So that is where he started in the early days. He did a little bit of work on Magic. He also did work on the original Netrunner, the original Vampire: The Eternal Struggle.
Wow.
So a lot of that
He's
stuff.
just been everywhere.
Yeah.
So we made a little tribute to him, right?
Yes, we did.
So we made. So what is this website? First of all, mtgcardsmith.com.
Yeah, MTG Cardsmith. It just lets you, for funsies, make up your own Magic cards. So we made a Paul Peterson Magic card.
So you have to explain to me, what is this legendary creature
Yes.
that we are looking at here?
So this is the legendary creature Paul Peterson. And we made him white because he works so well with others and peaceful and kind, which is the kind of
Aw.
white's deal.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of crafty and very intelligent. So we also gave him some blue mana there as well. And it says together locking right there. That's kind of a funny little inside joke. Once me and Paul had to write up the rules to a mechanic in Magic called banding.
I'm sorry that to interrupt you, but people are talking about this link, and I'm just to let you know, guys, I can't click on any links in the chat room from this setup here. So I'm
Oh.
really, really sorry. I'm stuck between these 2 screens.
Sorry about that, guys.
But if somebody wants to pull it up for me, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, anyways, me and Paul had to write the mechanic banding, but with a first grade vocabulary.
Yeah.
So we called it together locking. So I thought it'd be fun for his card to have
That's really cool.
together locking, and he's really good at making 0/4 blue
Oh
distractions.
yeah, may block any number of creatures.
Yep, distracts creatures. And then, like I said, Paul, I can't even express, like, he hosts a big game designer of like night. It's every other week here in the Seattle area where all the game designers come together and share their ideas and chat and hang out. And he's kind of on the forefront of that.
Right.
So he also is just hugely encouraging to other people's design. And so we also gave him the ability to pump other creatures up.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Isn't that sweet?
So,
Yeah.
A sweet game designer. I think he's been on Grab Bag
He
before,
has been on Grab Bag. He
And
came
I
in with
want him to
James.
be on Grab Bag when I'm hosting.
Yes.
He needs to come back. Hopefully,
I'm sure he will.
We can get him back on the show so that he can bring more game design know-how and knowledge and
Absolutely.
fun stories. Gotta have the fun stories
Yes.
about tabletop
And he's
design.
got some fun ones. I mean, really, though, Marie today, if anybody's got the dirt.
Oh, well, okay. I'm definitely gonna ask
letting you know.
about that stuff. Moving on, we have some news.
Woohoo! We have lots of
We
news.
have I don't know how we have a lot of news.
It's a lot. It's so much
Like,
news.
Like all the whales
And
in
we
the
haven't
sea.
even gotten to like news the chat maybe wants us to
Right,
talk about.
absolutely.
So,
So there was this thing. It's called the PC Gaming Show.
okay.
And there is one thing you all must know about the PC Gaming Show. And they announced, our dear Jordan Wiseman went on the PC Gaming Show yesterday and said Necropolis will release on July 12th.
Hang on, I need to write that down so I'm ready. I guess I could just pre-order it on Steam.
Yes,
Is that right?
absolutely. You
So,
can pre-order it on Steam. Do it now.
take that day off work.
It's
Make
kind of
sure-
like Dark Souls meets Spelunky. I'm the community manager for
What?
Necropolis. and it's gonna be out on July 12th on PC and then on console very soon afterwards.
Wow, so as community manager, we have like the inside track here at Hyper RPG.
Absolutely, and next week I think they're taking some question and answers for the development team. So the development team will be here next week on Rabbids.
Yeah, there's something on the 25th, right?
And also, there's going to be our awesome Necropolis event on the 25th at Hyper RPG. We're having a bunch of really cool, popular people show up at Hyper RPG to play this punishing, permadeath, roguelike game.
And Small Fry says it's on Mac as well, so
Yes,
all right.
it is on PC
Everybody,
and Mac.
If you are flipping open a computer, you can play this.
Yes, absolutely. And actually, the system specs are pretty reasonable, so you don't have to have a monster. Amexileon, please. Amex only, please. Thanks for following.
Yes.
Welcome aboard
Thank
the
you.
Jimbo.
Thank you for following us.
Thank you. That is super
We
appreciated.
appreciate you.
And any of you new people, just a reminder, Hyper RPG is an out-of-this-world Twitch channel that makes fancy stuff, and we need your support to keep it fancy. Is that okay?
That
All
was
right, I
great.
tried.
Malika, you're
Okay.
a natural.
All right, thank you. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. So there was the Xbox press conference.
Yep.
It may have been trending on Twitter yesterday.
Yep.
They announced this thing
That was at a what was that at?
at E3.
E3.
At E3.
Oh, that's going on. Anybody in chat been watching E3 at all?
Oh, cool. I just closed all our windows.
Yes. I
Yes.
told you were a natural.
I am a natural. So we were just about to talk about something that leaked the day before E3. So today's the first official day on E3.
You think that was a purposeful leak?
Yeah, of course it was a purposeful
All right.
leak. It was from the people at Microsoft.
All right.
And what I'm talking about is the Xbox One S, Xbox One
Yes.
Slim. I'm actually doing this without notes, guys, because they're gone forever. But have you heard about this stuff?
I saw a lot of Twitter hype talking about it.
The
I
Xbox
saw
One
the,
Slim?
the reverse with all the ports that it has on it, and
So what's cool about the Xbox One Slim is you can play 4K content, games,
What?
and movies. That's right.
4K.
4K content, and it is 40% of the size of the regular Xbox.
I saw
One.
that,
And
and it looks good.
it looks,
Just looks
good. And it's the same price. It still starts at $300.
All right.
Keep talking.
4K seems dangerous. It seems like you might like walk through your screen accidentally.
Well, then you have to, you got your 4K gaming console. Then you got to have your 4K monitor.
I know, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
so-
Like that seems like it could be problematic for, I don't know, especially if you have any pet birds.
Xbox Slim will be the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player. That's good to know. And it is powered by AMD. You guys are on this shit. Thanks,
Yeah.
Commanders on sale. Thanks,
Get us all
Genova
the
Plus.
info.
If you haven't seen the little announcement video, it's kind of cool. It looks like the sun rises on a video game console, literally.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go. It is white. They call it Robot White.
Okay.
And here's a little video about it. Little video.
All right.
Oh, do it.
That was
boom.
well done, Malika.
All right. Was that a good transition?
It was fantastic.
Okay. It says your video will resume in 30 seconds, and it's not counting down. It's just an advertisement. All right. I'm just gonna mute this for a second. Oh, and then our internet slowed
Chat,
down.
what are you most excited about for the
It's
new
okay. I don't have to say. We don't have to show the video. You
Xbox?
guys.
No, I want to know what
look
they're
it up.
excited about.
I want to know.
I don't have an Xbox One yet, so why should this tip me over?
Because it can be
asking.
vertical. There's vertical
that's-
orientation
Okay.
with the Xbox Slim.
All right.
And why you really want to buy a console is the games, right?
Well, yeah, obviously.
So here's a little video, fun stuff. And what's kind of fun is any Xbox One game that you play now, you
Okay.
can play on PC.
Oh.
The Play Anywhere.
Which is how I mostly play my
Right.
games.
So thanks for mentioning that.
Yes.
PC Master Race should not tip you over. Blah, ha, 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 ha. I may feel like that. I may agree with you.
So
I
that
just
means
might.
that if I'm a pretty loyal PC gamer, I can play on Xbox One and feel like I haven't betrayed my people or something.
Right,
is what you're
right.
saying.
But pretty much, it seems like they're trying to turn your Xbox One into a PC, anyways.
Yes.
So this is like your PC.
Whoa, it's a lot smaller.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's
smaller.
a lot smaller.
It is super smaller.
That's like, remember the PS2 Slim? I loved my PS2 Slim.
Oh, well, that's kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
And they got rid of that bulky power source and put it
Oh,
inside
yeah.
there. Yep.
Those things.
HDR gaming. That's pretty cool, actually. I'm
Yes.
pretty excited about that. So,
Are we going to be doing some 4K gaming here?
um,
House of Cards.
in success, all things are possible.
All right.
Is that okay?
All right. Get us to 2,000 subscribers so we can 4K.
No, don't promise them like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Zach, actually, go ahead. Zach has to deal with that stuff. Not an Xbox person, but that is damn sexy, right? It's like a really hot trailer. How easy is it to tear apart and repair it? That is a good question.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, so they announced that there's going to be Xbox gameplay. Excuse me. If you buy an Xbox One game,
Okay.
you can play it on PC. They call it Play Anywhere.
Yeah.
This is a pretty funny
I
trailer.
feel like that's been a dream of theirs for a while, right? And now they're finally executing it.
I think it's a dream of gamers.
Hello.
What?
Yeah.
Friend Computer welcomes a new thumper for science.
Woo!
Welcome
For
aboard!
science, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard,
Yes.
Amex only, please. Sub hype.
Yay!
We are
Amex
only 3
please.
subscribers away from our
3
awesome
away.
giveaway. We're almost at 950 when we give away an awesome Shadowrun pack and a Valiant pack. Don't you want to play those games? Don't you want those books? I think you do. I want them, and I'm very jealous that I do. not have
Amex,
this
you're the best.
sub only giveaway.
Don't
and
we need a roll? That title?
oh, absolutely. All right.
So we hit the bridge. Let's move beyond the bridge. Maybe engineering or something.
Engine control room.
Engine control room. Maybe let's see. Warp drive master, warp drive executor.
I would, we gotta get very specific.
Very specific.
We're getting more and more thumpers
Do we
lately.
not have a warp power?
Well, just like, one of my friends. Oh, thanks for following, Lan Peheng.
Hey,
Following.
thank you
Welcome
so much.
aboard to the Yojimbo. Well, one of my friends is an astronaut.
Oh,
and
whoa.
she pilots the robot arm on the International Space Station. That's like this is how it's
Yeah.
done, right?
Okay.
So if our new
Warp drive.
follower, like the warp drive lubricator, love it.
Wow.
Specialist,
Wow.
exactly. It's all about specialization in the unknown.
Yes.
Right? Warp drive, lubricator. Thank you. Amex only, please. I don't have an American Express, but
So
I will
warp
get
drive
one.
lubricator.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, all right. You make
I
sure.
mean, you gotta make sure it's
When it's not
smooth.
lubricated, it's your fault, by the way.
Smooth. It's a huge responsibility, and it's underappreciated.
All right. Yeah, I agree.
So we were just talking about the Xbox press conference.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So if you get an Xbox One game, you play it on your PC, and here's another thing that's Xbox related.
Okay.
There is the Xbox Design Lab. Design your own Xbox wireless controller.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
You make your controller?
You design it. You build it. Well, not really. They build it. Look at that.
Wow.
So that orange and blue one is totally what I'm gonna get for Zach.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot his,
That
Christmas present. I'll just get one of those.
is so sweet.
Yeah. I do have one mark of criticism, though.
Really?
Again, the video games industry is trying to impress me with cosmetic upgrades only.
Because we love cosmetic upgrades.
But I feel like,
Love
if they
them.
want to put the cherry on top, I think they should have different size controllers for accessibility, right?
Yep.
Because it's like 8 million ways to make
Yes.
it yours. All these different fantastic colors. I want to see
You
different.
want-
Yeah.
You want like a 3D mold of your hand.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be so awesome. Yeah, so basically you can make your own controllers, starting at $2.99. Bogus, but what about warp drive?
I wonder what
lubricator,
colors chat would like.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe we should get some Hyper RPG controllers.
Yes.
Like I said, in success, all things are possible.
I want to like go over a friend's house and like just have like almost like a pack where I pull
Right,
out my
with like,
controller,
right?
weapon. Yeah.
So we were just speaking of, right, console, cool.
Right.
But what games can we play on it? So this is really exciting.
There's one thing I see on that list I'm excited about.
Well,
I mean, I'm excited about a lot of these things.
I'm
but there's
excited about
one.
all of them. So our friends at Bandai Namco just announced Tekken 7.
Yes, I'm a huge Tekken
7.
fan.
Are you a fighting game
Yeah.
fan?
Oh my gosh. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
So
Oh my gosh.
are you
I'm
also?
I'm mostly 2D fighter personally,
Yeah,
personally,
yeah.
but like Tekken, like Soul Calibur. There's a few exceptions to that
Yeah.
rule, but I pretty much own every single 2D fighter that was ever released on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Geika just mentioned lefty hype. Yes, I'm left-handed. Wouldn't that be awesome to have?
Oh,
you
lefty
know,
hype. Why?
some accessibility so that
You know,
you can kick ass at Tekken.
Microsoft's right up the street. Maybe
Yeah,
we should just
right.
knock on their door
Right,
and be like,
right. Hey, who are these losers?
hey, by the way, lefties?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
So, as a fan of Tekken, did you also play Tekken Tag?
Oh, yeah. The
Okay.
Tekken Tag is what I played the most of.
Absolutely. So,
I mean, who didn't?
for those of you guys who don't know, like, you know Tekken the franchise, it's a fighting game.
Right.
But also Tekken Tag is kind of the better version, I think, because you
Okay.
can switch
Yeah, of
out
course. Absolutely.
characters. So it's like 4 people playing against each other when you
Yeah.
only have 2 players. And so Tekken Tag 2 was also announced finally.
What? Are you kidding me?
Finally.
Are you kidding me?
Finally. Yeah. And for Xbox Gold members, you get it for free. Isn't that crazy?
No way.
Yes. Yes.
They don't
So,
give you free
Gaming,
things.
gaming mice for lefties, bringing me my Tekken, bringing me my Tekken 2, and bringing it to me for free.
I think I'm gonna start crying. I think I'm gonna start crying.
Really?
Malika.
Actually, there's a lot of.
Tekken Tag. I kind of just want to go back to college now and just play Tekken Tag.
There's actually a lot of stuff on this list I want to start crying about. Another thing, have you heard about this Witcher card game?
I have not heard about
Okay,
the Witcher card game.
I'm gonna play this trailer. Whoops.
I mean, I know The Witcher, obviously.
Well, I know The Witcher 2, right?
There's even a Witcher board game. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Made by Fantasy Flight Games.
I
You
had no
in
idea.
on here.
All right, I'm just trying to close these things so our computer doesn't crash. And I'm gonna queue up the Witcher card game trailer. And this is the first time I'm watching this, so we'll watch it together.
All right.
All right. And I'm gonna be a little quiet. Oh, by the way, it's a live action trailer. Forgot to
Okay.
mention
Okay.
that.
This is like live action Yu-Gi-Oh right now. By the way, when I go to Magic tournaments, that's how I dress. Just so you know.
I'm gonna hold you up to that. Be like, Patrick, where are my threads? What? Did you see that? Did you guys see that? I'm a regular girl. Now I'm cosplay.
What's with that guy?
Oh man. Oh, this is
Oh,
cool.
awesome.
Oh my gosh, they're animated.
Yes, that is the thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
really
it.
cool.
Also very good for streaming, I would think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Maybe Hearthstone just met its competition.
Yeah.
So, it sounds like we got a lot of Fantasy Flight Games. Fantasy Flight Games
I
fans.
see you, Ed Minker. I see you.
And Witcher fans and fans of the book.
Yeah, it's like all.
CD Projekt Red, all in the chat room. So I don't know if you guys have been following this Gwent story. This is the first time I was hearing about it actually at the Xbox press conference yesterday.
No, I haven't. So.
Yeah, so I'm really excited.
Yeah.
A lot of people are also saying that we're all winners here at E3. Just a
I
bunch
agree.
of awesome
That's
stuff
one of
coming
the
out,
best
right?
statements I've heard
Yeah,
about this year's E3.
Absolutely.
I didn't get a chance to catch up on Nintendo yet, but
Well-
I've heard there's like some Legend of Zelda action, so that's got to be good. So, yeah.
So, did you see about this?
Yes, this is what I'm really excited
Okay,
about.
all right.
I'm so excited.
So they didn't announce this. They've been talking about this for a
Crash
while.
Realms. Well, actually, it's a normal
Minecraft.
Minecraft world, but the difference is in the details. This is a menu.
Oh,
Tap
it's so
play,
cute.
then the tab that says realms. Now, new realm. Great, you're a natural. Now, just tap create. Welcome to Realms. An always online world that belongs to you and easily allows you
can
to
make
invite and
your
play with
own
up to 10
MMO.
friends across multiple platforms, anytime,
Your own
anywhere in your
MMO.
own Minecraft world. It just takes a single realm subscription, and you and up to 10 friends can play your way in fast,
Wow.
safe, and private Minecraft worlds. And setting it up is as easy as the tap of a button. Once
it.
you've created your realm, it's easy to find your friends through
Chat,
Xbox
what would you
Live.
make?
And you can remove players at any time if they're being total.
I'm gonna just turn this down a little bit. Oh my gosh, DevNool44, thanks for following.
Yay!
You are an awesome new thumper, the Yojimbo.
Thank you. Welcome to the Yojimbo Dev Null. Woohoo!
I think we're only, what, 2 subscribers away from our awesome 900?
Did he subscribe or follow?
Well, he's a follower.
Okay.
We're getting really close to our 9,000 follower happiness party.
With
yeah,
free
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
With the free stuff.
Free
but
stuff.
we're only 2 subscribers away from our Valiant and Shadowrun giveaway pack.
All right.
Yes, that includes lots of cool books, comics.
I don't know about you. I mean, I love free digital content, but
Yeah.
there's something really special about getting like a physical object in the mail.
Oh,
right? Like,
absolutely.
oh my gosh.
Absolutely. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So we're only 2 subscribers. Oh, 3. 3 subscribers
3.
away. Thanks for counting,
Yeah.
guys. What would I do with you guys? Megaloblazemon, Genka. Anyways, yes, the 9,000 follower happiness party. Ha ha ha.
Woohoo!
Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha.
So, for those of you who didn't get it, like, if you didn't get it, it's
Yay,
on
Devnol.
mobile. So this Minecraft Pocket Edition, it's on iOS.
Okay.
It's on Android and Gear VR. So you can
Yeah.
also do VR
What?
Minecraft, right?
VR Minecraft? That would be really
and then you
trippy.
can have like it sounds like you can have up to 10 friends. So it's really
Right.
it sounds really intimate, like
Yeah,
creating your
yeah.
own kind of Minecraft. It's 3 for both, Malika. Holy cow. We are so close. Guys, make it happen, please. Please, we're so close. I know there's some Minecraft fans in the chat room. I want to know, like, what kind of things you would do with this awesome
Yeah, I'd like to hear about that
Minecraft.
too. We
Yeah.
actually host Minecraft groups at some of my stores.
Oh, awesome.
So even though it's not board gaming, like we just
Yeah,
like that
absolutely.
kind of thing. So yeah, I'd love to hear like what does it hold for us for the future? Because
Aw.
Minecraft is so cool.
Fuzzy Bastard says 10 friends is 9 more than I have. Well, that's a great opportunity for
That
you
can't be right.
to jump into Discord.
I'm your friend.
And there are a
I'm
lot
your
of
friend,
friends there.
Fuzzy. I'll be your friend. Yeah, I'll totally chat with you on Discord.
Yeah, Discord's a great
We can talk
place.
about cats.
Actually, Discord is a great place to find people to play all sorts of games. I know there's a Paragon channel, an
Yeah.
Overwatch channel, and our community is really fantastic, so you don't have to feel bad about being a noob.
Yeah, honestly,
Yes.
the community is so good. Like
Yes,
I've only really started to jump
Chat
in.
is your friend. Thanks,
Woo,
you know.
cat hype. Cats happen.
Actually, all of you guys who are watching, who are active in the chat, please, I want you to extend a friendly welcome to all the lurkers. Our community is really special, and I want everybody who's new to know how fantastic you guys are. The Yojimbo is awesome,
Yep.
and we're going to be on an awesome adventure through space.
It's all right. It's just amazing how we are finding all new things every day. Like
Okay, we just talked about the Tekken stuff. We talked about Necropolis, the coolest
Set up
game ever, is
Spike.
dropping July 7th.
okay,
July 12th.
July 12th. Yes.
Have
Necropolis.
you heard about this VR stuff coming to Sony?
No, there's one specific thing that grabbed most of my attention for Sony, and I think we'll get to it in a minute.
Okay, so if you didn't see this, holy cow, look at this. This is cut off here, but it says October 12th.
Okay.
October 13th. See, that's when it's cut off. October 13th, the Sony VR headset is coming, and you can plug
Like
it
their
into...
own VR
Yeah, their
headset?
own VR headset. It's huge.
Do you think
It's
it'll be
huge.
legit?
Well, what worries me is the timeline. I'm like, what? It's coming now?
Wow.
But it's like, no, I've been working on this stuff.
Well, if we also have to watch a Lego Star Wars trailer, that's okay
That's
too.
totally fine.
That's
This is
not
the
the worst thing.
advertisement.
That's sweet. I love how
Saying,
VR is just...
howdy from Florida. I'm from Florida too. Howdy. How you
Really?
doing?
You're
Yeah.
from Florida?
I'm from Florida. I got some
Amazing.
Florida pride.
I'm from Baltimore. Anybody from the East Coast in chat?
well, Florida's
East
from the
Coast?
East Coast, dude.
Well, you know, it's
Eh.
kind of its own place.
Anyway, so here's the little video of their announcement. Yeah, it was a huge press conference, and they're dropping their. Oh my God, they had an orchestra. Look at this.
That is amazing.
That's incredible. I want to have an orchestra for Rabbit Stew.
I was having fun asking you questions about E3 on Twitter yesterday.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Oh, howdy from Wisconsin and
Woo!
Minker.
Pennsylvania. All right, Baltimore. Yeah. I'll actually be in Baltimore next week. I'm excited. Go home.
Florida, the only state named after a
In addition
famous
to the
rapper.
PS4 console
Florida.
experience, the full
I'm from
Resident
Canada.
Evil 7 will be playable from beginning to end with PlayStation VR
PlayStation VR.
when it releases on January 24th. 2016 is a seminal moment in virtual reality. The time
I
has
agree.
finally come for everyone to enjoy VR in their own homes. And at PlayStation, we have a combination of the necessary processing and graphics power already built inside 40 million PS4s
Oh, man.
that have been sold
What?
worldwide.
They snuck it in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you for that.
A VR Trojan horse.
We have the display technology,
That has
which
a
can
bad
realize these
connotation.
images at a high fidelity. We have the production expertise to create a headset that is designed for the gamer. And because PlayStation 4 is a fixed platform, developers can fine-tune their games for the system to deliver the same transformative experience for all PlayStation VR owners. I'm happy to announce here that on October 13th,
There we go.
PlayStation VR
That looks
will make
good.
its
Yeah,
debut
it
in
looks
the
pretty
United
cool.
States.
I mean, I don't know how attractive your headwear has to look, but you don't want to,
You
want it to
wanna-
look a little nice.
You want it to look like you're from the
Currently,
future, not
Exactly.
that you're,
Will
you know,
be available
douchebag.
from launch until the end of this year.
I just remember as a kid growing up around computers, dreaming,
That includes
of things
some
like
of the
this,
biggest
and
franchises,
now we live it.
along with brand new
And now you can
titles
bring it
that
to
will
your
be born.
kid.
I know, it's so
Isn't that
great.
crazy?
We invite those here tonight
For him, it'll just be normal.
after the experience, and after this experience, to come with us next door to the arena post-reception, where we'll be able to have some PSVR kiosks set
All
up.
right, I'm
so
just
you all
gonna
have a
pause right here. This is the one thing that I'm
Price point?
upset about. No,
Oh, okay.
that I'm not at E3 to try all the PlayStation VR games. So if you watch this video, you
Yes.
might have heard they mentioned a list of 50 games that are already going to be VR ready.
So,
and
so you've often been at E3, right, Malika?
Yes, I
Is
have-
Is
I
it
have-
pretty hard not being there right now?
there's a part of me that wants to cry, and there's a part of me that is happy I'm not dealing with crowds. Right?
Okay, fair enough.
But the most, I don't know, I'm so friggin' excited about this, guys. Have you heard about this? Holy cow, at E3 right now, they are showing this Final Fantasy Noctis VR experience.
Also
and this is,
a big Final Fantasy fan.
I'm like, I really want to just get on a plane and ditch,
Yeah.
But I'm doing my job for you guys. And look at this. Look at this. This is so beautiful. And
It
look at how
is
this is.
beautiful.
Okay, so they're showing you a little bit more of a first-person perspective in this trailer because they're trying to, highlight the VR. And
Right.
oh my gosh, it's going to be beautiful.
It's gonna be like living in Final Fantasy.
Which is like my dream.
Yeah, like oh my gosh.
And as, are you following like Final Fantasy, the new stuff?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you guys know who Noctis is?
No.
Okay, Noctis is the blonde, pretty fan favorite of all the beautiful dudes in Final Fantasy 16.
Okay.
And
He's almost
And he's
like
the star.
the Titus or Cloud of.
well, Titus is the main character.
Okay.
Noctis is a side character.
Got
He's
it.
a supporting character.
Got it.
but he's a fan favorite because he's, beautiful. And he is the star of this VR experience.
He's
oh my
beautiful.
gosh, if there is one reason why I'm jealous and upset I am not at E3 right now, is because I can't do this VR experience.
Yeah, VR Chocobo.
Yeah, and one thing that's great about, excuse me, I totally messed up the names. Noctis is the main character. Prompto is the blonde.
Okay, Pronto.
Yes.
Pronto?
All right. Prompto.
Prompto.
I've been watching, so they are gonna make a movie, and they have already started an anime that you can watch for free, so that you can
Really?
get to know all these characters.
Where do I find that anime?
On YouTube.
Oh,
Isn't that
of course,
crazy?
yeah.
And they dropped 2 mobile games. They dropped a whole bunch of stuff for this game. And now that there is like a VR experience
That's gonna
featuring
be-
them, look at this. This is the little trailer from the VR experience.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a little bit of gratuitous there, but I think it's might have been gratuitous for both genders. So
That's
I'm
one of
okay
the
with
conversations I was having on Twitter was about where Japan culturally is on that sort of thing.
that. Interesting.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't really
Oh my
know.
gosh, she's wearing a
Wait, well, how does that work?
Set. Oh my gosh, look at that is so meta, guys. Do
How
you
does that-
see? Okay, sorry. I'm flipping out. I love Final Fantasy. I can't. I'm just like I'm so upset. I'm not doing this right now. I want a VR game.
I
Megaloblazeman
want that.
says, I want a VR game that utilizes those circular treadmill things that you let you actually walk in the virtual world. A Legend of Zelda where you're actually walking around exploring would be amazing.
I've
Yeah.
had that dream since I was a kid.
I want to get in this car in VR.
Exactly.
So the world of the new Final Fantasy is kind of like the American
I want to live video game high
West,
school, basically.
right?
Right.
So like, oh my gosh! So you can play as Prompto. It's coming. It's awesome. There are 49 other games
Yeah.
that they announced that are also going to have VR support. It's going to be awesome. Speaking of VR support, there's another game. I am like shaking, guys.
Halo movie, yes, Dev
Yes.
Mall.
Yeah. So should we just? I think we're
We're running out of time.
okay. Well, okay. We're just gonna.
We can't miss
Should we?
that.
We have to talk about.
If we
this.
miss that,
Okay. We're
then
definitely talking.
I'll have to
about
have
this.
another show later
All
where
right.
all we do is talk about
Just
that.
silence for this
And
beautiful.
the rest of the chat will be bored.
Beautiful thing. All right. Wow. Look at this.
Probably for the best. Knowing everything hinges on a guy from Queens sounds as scary as it feels.
Anybody on chat loves Spider-Man 2 on PS2 eons
No
ago?
pressure, right?
We might have that creator on Rabbit Stew.
Really? Yeah, it was like one of the first like open world, maybe the first open world like comic book game.
Oh my gosh. This is beautiful.
Be Spider-Man. That's pretty much what we all want. That's what my son wants.
Right? Me too.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Spider-Man.
Anybody in the chat room excited for Spider-Man on PS4?
Hulk Ultimate Destruction also. Yes.
I am super pumped for this, and you know what I'm actually also really pumped for is that Insomniac Games is making it. So they do Ratchet and Clank, but they
Yes.
also
I love
did,
Ratchet and Clank.
They did Sunset Overdrive, and I think they're really a pioneer and a risk taker in the industry, and so they have that like.
They're gonna push it. They're not
Right,
gonna just go
absolutely.
safe with the Spider-Man game,
And
which
they
is
have
awesome.
they have a little bit of like the cool like risk-taking indie studio vibe, but
Yeah.
with also some power, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And another thing that I really respect Insomniac for is it's kind of an entry company for
Yeah. There's been
game
a lot
developers.
I was gonna say there's been a lot of. I've had actually employees and stuff who were in DigiPen, and then they
Right.
went on to work at Insomniac.
Right, Insomniac is fantastic. I'm so friggin' excited that Insomniac is gonna bring us
Yes.
Spider-Man for PS4.
Like that's the company you want to do it,
Absolutely.
right? So,
Spider-Man,
yes.
Megaloblasmon, Spider-Man, never heard of him. Is he a Pokemon? Vegeta, it's a Pokemon. Why is the spider
I choose
white?
you, Spider-Man. I choose you.
You know, that's interesting, and I would love to ask him some questions. Why is the spider white? There is a new look to the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think that's a Zach question. You guys should ask Zach. What? Thanks for resubbing Red Sam Stark. Welcome to the
That wasn't
YouTube.
Miles, right? That was Peter. It seemed like, because that was the voiceover. Peter, right? It wasn't Miles.
Oh,
Morales.
I'm not quite sure, but resub hype.
All right, resub hype. Woo! Yes.
So we're only
Thank you.
2 new subscribers away from our awesome.
Resubs count too?
No, resubs don't count.
Oh.
But excuse me, I keep saying 3.
All right.
We have 3.
I just want to give away free stuff on this show. That's what I want to do.
We have
Help
3.
me give away free stuff.
We have 3. We are 3 new subscribers away from our Valiant and Shadowrun physical giveaway pack. That includes Valiant comic books, Valiant RPG books, Shadowrun beginner pack. They're beautiful. They are gorgeous.
One's a collector's edition.
And yes. And it's gonna be a sub-only giveaway. Just one of the reasons. You know, besides how awesome you guys are and the Discord.
Malika, what weird show is this, anyways, that Chad is watching? What are we?
We are Rabbit Stew, but I was just saying, just one reason why you all should subscribe. Just, you know, if you need some more reasons, you all should subscribe. But follows, we also appreciate follows. Every little bit helps. And you're watching Rabbit Stew.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
What is Rabbit Stew, Patrick?
Well, I think I'm still working on my pitch, but I see Rabbit Stew as the most interactive kind of news talk show on the internet. Like, imagine
the most interactive.
If, you know, kind of like the Daily Show if the audience could shout out while they were covering, you know, actual geeky, nerdy stuff. That's kind of what I see.
That's a lot to live up to, Patrick.
It is.
Are you ready to bring it?
I am ready to grow in my ability to bring it.
Awesome.
Woo!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks. Show Patrick some love, guys. He's
They had last night on Discord, everybody was showing me love,
Really?
so I
That's
really
awesome.
appreciate it. This community is fantastic. You guys are the best.
Absolutely. You guys are the best. And welcome aboard.
So I was a little nervous, you know, jumping on Discord. Not really. I was like, and then I started talking, and soon cat love. Yeah.
It's hard to click buttons that are off screen. You see that? You see what I'm trying to do there? It's really hard. Sorry, I'm gonna be a better computer person.
Thanks, Gaia. Thanks. You guys are the best.
All right. So you asked me some awesome questions on Twitter.
Yeah, I sure did. Well, I don't know if they were awesome, but I tried.
But do you remember any of my answers that you liked?
Yeah, one was your favorite.
Well, ask me the question and then.
Okay, what is, in a single sentence, what was your favorite moment for an E3 experience?
So one of my favorite moments, and I started doing E3 because I was a volunteer for IndieCade.
Oh, awesome.
And so IndieCade, if you guys don't know, it is like the Sundance for games.
Right.
Video games, tabletop games, big games, all games. And so if you are in New York, Culver City, and now Paris, France on these dates, you should definitely check out IndieCade. It's a fantastic thing happening in games. Somebody is playing butt-sniffing pugs right in there. What is butt-sniffing pugs? I will allow you to figure that out.
That's a real thing?
It's an IndieCade game. It's about butt-sniffing and pugs. And so here are some of the games that they're showing at their showcase at E3. And
this is at E3, okay.
Yeah, and this is a big thing. They've been doing it for years, and they have a huge section.
I remember them from when I was involved in the video game industry. It's awesome.
And then they, but what's really cool is to have such strong, huge indie presence at E3.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of cool stuff besides our favorite giant franchises. And one of my favorite moments was meeting Joe Glover. He is at Narwhal Studios, and they created Slap 45, one of my favoriteest games. And he taught me to play his own game, and I gave him a hug.
Taught you how? Like, just like showed you?
Yeah, because that game, Slap 45, is a game where you slap cards down. It's a lot of action. It's a quick draw game, but with cards. So you have to slap the cards down. And I gave him a hug, and I said, that was the funnest thing I played at E3 at a moment. moment. And now, whenever I see him at Indiecade,
I love how accessible people are.
Yeah, or at any convention, he runs up and he said, "I missed you."
Oh, that's
Isn't
so
that
good.
great?
That's so. I saw he's from Baltimore too.
Yes.
So yeah, that's awesome.
And a lot of cool people, Cards Against Humanity's people were helped launch that game. Yep.
Awesome.
So I think I still have some E3 videos from like 7 years ago, saved some DVD hanging around here. And Minker, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'd love to hear your E3
Another question
story.
was, what was the best swag you got at E3? And I thought you had a pretty cool answer.
So I have this button. I should have brought it in. So they were promoting the newest Gauntlet game.
Oh,
and I hadn't played Gauntlet since.
I love Gauntlet Legends.
Yeah, Gauntlet Legends, exactly.
Love that game.
And when you hit that button, it says, "Warrior needs food badly."
Yes.
And I kept that at my desk at work to push before lunchtime every day, ever since I got that button.
Because it's easy to skip lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when I like kind of want to like passive aggressively be like, "Stop working, guys, and eat lunch with me," I'll just be like, "Warrior needs food badly."
That's so good.
And there was a free button I got, and they were also giving away giant turkey legs outside of E3.
Like to eat?
Yeah, to eat. To
Is
promote,
this Ren Fair?
Gauntlet, yeah. Well, it was appropriate for the game. I thought it was really
Amazing.
funny. So there's a lot of fantastic games here, and many of these games were actually thesis games that showed along with mine when I was a thesis student at USC. But I wanted to pull up this game because I just heard about it, and it seems like a blast. So if I were at E3 right now, I would try to play this card game.
Pass the buck.
Pass the buck. So this is a fun video, a game of corporate responsibility management, and I for some reason can't scroll down to show. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's really hard.
It'll
to
work.
navigate.
It'll work.
Here we go. I'm gonna show this.
Hello, and welcome to Corporate Responsibility Management Training. Today, we'll teach you how to pass the buck so that you can expertly delegate tasks, avoid work, and climb the corporate ladder by antagonizing your colleagues and using their piles of unfinished work to pave your path to success.
Wow.
As corporate employees, our goal is to do as little as possible while maintaining a guise of productivity in order to maintain the all-important sense of superiority.
Yep.
To do so, we simply need to determine the capabilities of our colleagues while hiding our own abilities. This allows us to force
That's
our
not my
onto
department.
others, regardless of our own capabilities. Beware human resources, however, as they tend to
I think this would be like an
approach.
awkward Christmas gift for my
HR
employees.
will enact strict
my
penalties
God.
against employees caught falsifying information or throwing unnecessary suspicion on other employees. If you can use human resources to your benefit, however, and prove to be the best at passing
Nepotism
on
helps,
more important
it's
duties
true.
while doing everything in your power to avoid helping others, you'll be CEO before you know it.
Oh, cool.
And that's all there is
Fail
to
upwards.
it. Now you can pass the buck. All it is a game of corporate responsibility management.
So it sounds like
Yeah,
was
I mean,
kickstarted.
I'd like to see the mechanics,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
the general theme looks really cool. Like,
so,
obviously.
this is a game at the Indiecade showcase.
So if you're at E3, go play
And
it.
it's already funded with Kickstarter, so you can buy it now. Oh my God, it's only $20.
We need to get this game and play it.
And it's featured.
We need to get this game and play it, Malika.
Are you trying to say something about shrugging responsibilities, Patrick?
I'm just saying, hey Ryan, can you order this game so we can play it?
I thought it was so funny that Captain Kerberos said, having flashbacks to my Microsoft days.
Yeah, me too.
This is basically the Psychopaths in the Workplace, the manual. Wow.
That's so good.
Zach's the CEO. He should act like the girl in the trailer spins and all, right?
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
She was really
so
good.
This is one of the games that's at the Indiecade showcase.
Okay.
At E3, and this was something I would totally check out and
If
play.
only there was an uncle that had games.
Oh, if there was only an
Only.
uncle that has games. Is there an uncle that has games where I can get this awesome
Yeah,
new
I hear
game,
there's
Patrick?
a store or something like that.
Okay.
I'll look into it. Uncle's
Awesome.
Games, I'll look into it.
That
Thanks
sounds
for
like
the
it would be a
tip.
lot of
Thanks
fun.
for the tip.
And I have a question since we were so hyped about Spider-Man.
Yes.
I love Spider-Man, guys. Have you seen the
Yes.
guy I'm dating? I love Spider-Man.
Yes.
Anyways, I mean, we have Silk right there. You guys can't see it, but I love Spider-Man. anyways,
I also love
if
Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man like you,
Yep.
what tabletop game should I play?
So I think the obvious answer here, well, there's a few answers, but the obvious answer is Legendary.
Legendary.
Yep. By Upper Deck. And by Devin Lowe, who actually works with Paul Peterson, who we were talking about earlier.
Oh, interesting.
So Devin is fantastic, and it's kind of a cooperative game because you're kind of working together as a team to beat the villains, but also whoever beats the villains best wins. So it's really good for if you have people who like to work together.
Denoya
but also
loves
wanna compete.
Legendary.
Yes, I know. Legendary is so good. And I heard a rumor that Zach owns every single thing that has ever been released for Legendary.
Is that true?
That's what I've heard. I've heard he owns it all.
Wait, which Zach are we talking about?
Oh, we're talking about your Zach.
My Zach?
Owns
What?
everything that has ever been released for Legendary.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Zach, is this true? Where is he?
Yeah.
Come in here. Guys, can you bring Zach in, please? Well, what kind of caught my eye in this description is you get to play, or you get to choose
And
your
there's also-
mastermind villain,
I was going
right?
to say there's Legendary villains where it's reversed and you get to be the bad guys.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome, yes.
I definitely have a weakness for deck builders, especially
What?
really good ones.
Joe also owns them all too. Why am I not on this train? I want to play this with you guys.
Yeah.
All right, Zach asked Devin Lowe to teach him Legendary during Grab Bag once. Still waiting for that stream.
Me
Is that
too.
True?
It's true.
What?
And not only that, but Devin was like, absolutely, I'll
What?
totally do it.
I wanna play this. Okay.
yeah.
So thanks for pointing that out for me. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And so tell me about some Spidey action here.
Well,
Is there
there's-
other Spider-Man characters?
There's one other honorable mention I have to mention with the Spider-Man games.
Sure.
There's a game called Dice Masters.
Dice Masters.
It's by Mike Elliott, who's also
Okay.
local.
Yes.
And that
he's
one-
also been on our stream.
He has also been on your stream. So if you bring up Dice Masters, that's also a fantastic superhero game. And what's cool about Dice Masters, get this, there is Marvel Dice Masters, there is DC Dice Masters.
and it was made by
there's
WizKids.
Ninja Turtles Dice Masters, and there's Dungeons and Dragons Dice Masters.
What? This
and
is-
you can combine it all together.
What?
So-
What?
Yeah. So that's also, especially if you like rolling dice, Dice Masters
Wait,
is amazing.
so it could be like Spider-Man versus Master Splinter?
Not only that, no. It can be Spider-Man with Master Splinter.
What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That makes sense. They're in New York.
I know, totally.
Okay.
In fact, there's a whole, I don't even know, there's a whole Daredevil Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles connection.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So,
How am I so like, okay, so that's cool. I gotta catch up. I'm gonna go to Uncle's. We're gonna play games.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
we'll Periscope it.
all right, yeah, that'd be
Malika
great.
says, I like Spider-Man. I feel like I like to party part of Hot Rod. Do they have a Fantastic Four expansion too? That's a
For
good question.
Legendary, there is a Fantastic Four expansion. For Dice Masters, I think there is just Fantastic Four in some of the sets. So yeah.
Oh darn, D&D Dice Master, my weakness.
D&D might be, well, I'm a little biased because I did development on the D&D version, but D&D
What?
I think
You
might be the
did?
best.
You did? What?
So
That needs to be
D&D
a
Dice
special
Masters is
episode
really good.
here.
So-
anyways, you just reminded me, 3 more subs. Guys, if you're liking this content, if you're having a lot of fun talking about your
Yes.
favorite games, 3 more subs and we're gonna give away the coolest shit ever.
Tell
It's
your
from
friends.
Shadowrun, Valiant. Yeah, tell your
Tell,
friends.
tell your friends
Tell
that
your
there
friends.
is a cool show that does both board gaming and video gaming. Because I
Yes.
think that's pretty unique, right?
And we want to hear from you guys.
And those two worlds keep merging more and more. So I think as that happens over time, this show is only going to get cooler.
Absolutely.
So,
Zach is too busy trying to escape that dark room he was in.
aw.
I'm gonna ask him tonight when he
Yeah.
like falls asleep and he rests his head on his pillow. I'll be like,
Make it happen.
I heard you had this game. Why are we playing?
Not only that, I heard you had this game and the designer promised to come play it with you.
Right?
Why hasn't
What-
that happened?
Why hasn't that happened?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you. The only way we can make it up together is if we play that game.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he'll have a dream about it.
Yeah.
And then he'll wake up and be like, it was
That-
great playing that game with you.
So my son's name is Branch,
Yeah.
and that's how that happened.
Really?
I just kept whispering the name Branch into my wife's ear until she finally.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. When Zach falls asleep, never. Yeah, I always fall asleep before him. He never sleeps. He's a robot.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's about time
Oh, I'm
to
so excited.
queue up. Should we show a little trailer for?
Yeah, let's do it.
For people who are unfamiliars with the Octodad.
Octodad.
Octodad, deadliest catch. So what was that say? What? I got it. Oh, you got it? You're
Joe's
showing
got
it
it
right now? Okay, beautiful.
All right.
Thank
Who's that man with the three-piece suit? Making a doll with the log and fruit. Who's that man with the 8 strong legs? Tried to make me breakfast, but it broke my eggs. Nobody suspects a thing. Octodad, he's got a good thing going. Octodad, nobody suspects a thing.
I have a surprise for the whole family. A free trip to the aquarium.
Who's that man with the three-piece suit?
These games are for children.
To the car, kids.
Who's that man with the 8 strong legs?
What are you doing?
Tried to make me breakfast, but it broke my eggs. Octodad, nobody suspects a thing.
How did you beat me?
Honey, are you all right? Don't worry, we're here for you.
Sometimes when I get scared, I pretend I'm something brave, like a cloudosaurus or a hippogriff. Do you ever get scared, Dad?
You have them beguiled, Octopus.
Are you an old friend of my husband's? What can you tell me about him?
Everything!
Kids, have you seen your father? It's almost closing time. Where could he be?
Hey.
Thanks, guys. We're back with Phil. Phil, are you like? Do you prefer Philip? Phil P. Tibbs?
Yeah. How?
A lot of games people call me P-Tibbs, but
Yeah.
I'm cool with Philip or
Phil,
whichever.
Philip, okay.
Although only like my mom and my fiance call me Philip pretty
Philip.
So Phil
like,
it is.
Like when
Or
they're
P. Tibbs.
angry or lovingly.
We'll let chat decide.
A little bit of both, but like at least when I was younger, I guess it was more of like you're in trouble. Sort of thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people call you P. Tibbs because they can find you on Twitter at P. Tibbs on Twitter.
Right.
So why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm president over at Young Horses, where we made the game Octodad Deadliest Catch and released that back in January of 2014. And since then, we've been putting out on a bunch of other consoles and platforms and stuff like that. I handle a lot of the business stuff here, pretty much any external contact between Young Horses and anyone else. And then otherwise, do some QA, do some build management.
Community management as well,
Community
right?
management also, yep.
Yeah.
So just a kind of myriad of things.
Well, thanks for being so accessible. The chat room didn't hear this, but you were super cool. I sent you a message on the social medias, and you're like, cool, let's do it. And you like messaged me like 10 minutes later. It was really fantastic.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be a great game to show off during our Father's Day week.
Our Father's Day
Yeah,
special.
Father's Day, yay for the fathers.
It's fitting.
Our chat room isn't refreshing.
Later, we're gonna sing Father's Day songs.
Oh boy.
Cool. Hi, can somebody fix the chat room for me, please? We need some maybe, actually, it's working. I think it's working. Sorry.
Why can't I do this?
Where do you need more followers on your social media?
Where?
Yeah.
Probably the Young Horses account on Twitter would be the best place, yeah.
So, where can I find that on Twitter? What is the handle?
So it's just at Young Horses.
Okay, guys, you heard Phil at Young Horses on Twitter. Show him some love because he took some time from doing everything at Young Horses to come visit us today, like making games and community managing and business side and console after console and platform after platform. I'd be keeping eyes on you. Also, can you just tell me the origin story of Octodad? Because people don't know, like, it started as a student game. Can you tell me in your words, how did this all happen?
Yeah, sure. I'll try to keep it like to a manageable length of story. But we were all students at DePaul University here in Chicago, and there was an extracurricular program called DePaul Game Experience. And the whole point was to create a game that we could enter into the Independent Games Festival. And so we were looking to make something that was very like new and weird and a little wacky. And we all just kind of had a disposition to funny games and funny things in general. And so we went about creating Octodad after like prototyping out 3 different kind of bigger ideas. Everybody on the team had the opportunity to pitch those ideas, and kind of pared them down eventually to Octodad. That took about 5 or 6 months to make that first game, which was pretty much like a proof of concept.
And it's still available and free on the interwebs. Yeah,
it's still available, still free. It's kind of rough, but it was definitely a student game. And then from there, it kind of blew up in the news and with a lot of players. And that's when we decided to make like a more professional, like real developer release called Octodad Deadliest Catch. And that took close to 2.5 years to make and release.
Wow.
And that was, like I said before, January 2014 that came out.
Wow.
And then since then we've been putting it on other platforms, and recently we started working on a new game.
Awesome. So, question from the chat room, a little jokingly, what made Phil decide to make a game about an awesome human father? Yeah, I'm actually curious about that too. Like, was it were you guys talking about creating a game about fatherhood, about an octopus? Like, how did the idea kind of evolve?
So we had originally split off into a couple small teams to work on different ideas, and one of the the original like starting points for Octodad was this kind of I don't know if you've ever seen the film like Being John Malkovich,
Right.
of
Yeah.
like being in someone else's head and like
Yep.
controlling them, moving them around. One of the original ideas was being inside of a kind of android's head, controlling them with like
Right.
levers and like trying to walk them down the street
Oh,
and pretend
yeah.
to be like normal. And from there, it moved to like an alien in his head, kind of like a Men in Black situation. And then we took that even further, and it became an octopus. And then was like, well, why don't we just put the octopus in the suit because it'd be funnier?
Yeah.
And figured his limbs would be like
Oh,
flopping
look.
around and stuff like that.
He's gonna
And
put
it would
on his
be
suit for the first
even
time.
more of like a disconnect between like, well, why doesn't anyone realize like what he is?
Yes.
And that's just kind of the joke that we decided that just no one knows, and he's just like a normal guy.
One of my favorite parts of the game is all the comments that get made around him, totally unaware that this dude is an octopus.
Right.
It's
You're
fantastic.
just floundering through life.
Yeah.
Another question from the chat room: what was the hardest part about creating the game?
I mean, I think the hardest part about like the design and the gameplay side of things was just making it frustrating enough to where it's difficult,
Balance,
but
yeah.
still like funny.
Right.
Yeah, so mostly just like the balance of between funny and frustrating, and like beatable, but at least a little bit of a challenge, just because those mechanics very much connect with the themes of the game in general, and so it's nice when they line up well.
So some people are wondering, was the physics the hardest or the easiest part of this game?
I was kind of wondering that too.
The making of it.
Pretty hard.
Pretty
It was
hard.
definitely that and like just balancing the difficulty were
Right,
both
right.
really difficult things. Just because physics in games are simulations, but they're still like pretty fake
Right.
compared to like physics in real life or
Right.
calculating anything like that.
Right.
Just because you want some things to be immovable, etc. So yeah, it was pretty difficult getting it all like balanced out correctly to where it worked well, but was still funny to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Who put banana peels on the floor?
In the church.
Yes.
The answer we've been giving is just that like the priest or whoever was running that church was just like loving bananas and like really messy person. They
Yeah,
just-
there's some evil banana eater.
So you mentioned first of all, you mentioned a lot of things. IGF, which for the people in the chat room who don't know, Rami Ishmael is called the IGF Awards, the Independent Games Festival Awards, like winning the Nobel Prize for games. So that
Wow.
is like a tough thing to be a student at DePaul being like, yeah, we're gonna get that. Yeah.
Has he said that? That's like way over dramatic.
Well, I don't know. It kind of is. I mean, I look up to you as a game developer, and
thanks.
and I'm curious, how did you get to be one of the 30 under 30 according
Yeah.
to Forbes
That's
in game
amazing.
development?
Congratulations.
It's like, are
on
you
that.
30 yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I am 27, but yeah, I don't know. The IGF is a cool thing,
Right.
And it's a good way to kind of get yourself out there and meet other developers and kind of build some social clout, I guess.
Yeah.
To get weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. The 30 under 30 thing, like you get nominated.
Right.
Like people suggest you who have been part of it before, or who are kind of people that like Forbes will reach out to
Right.
in the industry and be
Right.
like, who is an up and coming
Yeah.
person?
So wait, are you on the secret committee now, and that you get to like point your
Oh.
fingers at people?
I do.
Oh my
They-
gosh!
What?
After you're in it, then they send you an email that says like, "Hey, who do you think we should have in here to
That's
consider
really
this year?"
cool.
That's cool. That's really cool. So you mentioned like it got a lot of press attention. How does that affect going forward with the game? Development and your
Did it-
creative process, that kind of thing?
Did you get a lot of press attention before it released, or?
Yeah,
after?
so like the first game didn't get any attention until we had released it because we hadn't really talked about it with anyone.
Right.
But once we did, John Murphy, who was a producer on the first Octodad and is a designer for Deadliest Catch, he and one of our programmers, Devin, had actually passed it along to Mike Rose, who was at the time writing for IndieGames.com.
Yeah.
and he was the first person to post about it, as far as I remember. And then from there, it kind of got picked up by Kotaku and these other places, and kind of snowballed. So I mean, that was a big deal just because we were like realizing that people were interested in this weird thing that we had made, and that it had potential rather than just continuing to be like an esoteric anomaly.
Right.
And
Did
then
that add a lot of pressure on development of the game, or you feel like you were up to it?
Not at the time, but like once we had, so like we ran a Kickstarter in July of 2011, I believe.
Okay.
And that was for Deadliest Catch,
Right.
and like once that actually was funded, which it wasn't like a crazy amount of money compared to like some Kickstarters around, you know, these days. But at the time, it was a big deal, and it definitely gave us like the kick to get going.
Awesome.
So after that, there was a little bit more pressure because now it was like, okay, people are actually expecting this
Yeah.
to be finished by us
And now you have
within like
backers.
a reasonable amount of time, right? And we have to, you know, please them and make sure that the game lives up to like their expectations of what they played with the first game, except better. So there's a little bit of pressure there, and then although like anytime you get press attention, it's, for us at least, it's been more of a motivator of just like people, people still care about this and are still excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just like reading all the comments and stuff like that. I mean,
Right.
people tell you not to do that, but
It's hard not to.
Right.
We read pretty much everything having to do with the game from everyone and
Oh,
kind of take
man.
it all into account.
Is that
So,
like scary?
Yeah.
And, like,
Can't even imagine.
is it toxic?
for us, it hasn't actually been too
Okay.
bad. I mean, we get some stuff here and there
Sure.
that's like, oh, I hate this. This is, stupid or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But we just kind of look at those and at this point just laugh and are like, whatever, cool.
Actually, am I noticing in your background an Octodad? Like,
Whoa,
Yeah,
what?
he's just like hanging out
Uh,
back there.
On there.
Yeah.
He's there.
That's awesome.
Yes. Always watching. Yeah.
Speaking
It's a
of
little
like
creepy
kind of
sometimes.
esoteric experiment, I had a professor, Bonnie Ruberg, who runs QGCon, and she reads into this game that Octodad is a game about passing. In terms of gender norms and expectations and that kind of thing. I've seen a lot of people write their own kind of interesting interpretations of the octopus dad. I'm kind of curious of what your interpretation is and some interesting ones that people have told you.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's been a lot of different ones, like what you mentioned with like gender norms,
Right.
or with different like sexualities and different like disabilities, and kind of dealing with those things and trying to appear normal in the world. Normal, whatever
Sure.
that means. But I don't know if that was entirely intended from the beginning. It was more so like, oh, this is a funny, weird thing.
Right.
Although there was always the aspect of like, we want the player to feel other, just like different, and like trying not to be that way, just so that you're like, his main concern, Octodad's main concern, is just being loved by his family.
Right.
Right.
I don't think he's as concerned about like what the world at large thinks of him,
Right.
but more about like the people closest to him. So.
That's so cute. They're
Yeah.
getting married. We're just watching them get married. It's super cute.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, like, playing the game for me personally just kind of reminds me of just generally as a dad how I have no idea what I'm doing. So
Yeah, we have
You
all of that kind of
identify?
feedback,
I
too.
identify, definitely. I mean,
I love this
before I was
title
a dad,
system.
sometimes I would look at other dads and be like, dude, they know what they're doing. I could never be that. And now I am a dad, and
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing. Just kind of make it up.
Aw.
So, yeah,
Well, I
it's
think that's
kind of
like
cool.
a good realization of everyone being like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then realizing that like everyone doesn't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Some great questions from the chat room. Is Octodad related to Slender Man? And any further plans for other adventures with Octodad? Interesting.
So we haven't made any. I mean, obviously he's not directly related to Slenderman, but we have seen some like pretty cool fan art.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
I didn't
People
know
like
that.
combining the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
And by cool, I
Slender
mean,
Dad.
like, very frightening, but
Yeah.
good and interesting. As far as more Octodad goes, we released the shorts a little while back, and those are like 2 extra levels that are about an hour of gameplay combined, where it's just kind of like little episodes where it's like, oh, you go on a date with Scarlett to an Italian restaurant, and just kind of play through that first date. It's kind of like a little flashback. And then there's another one where Tommy and Stacy are telling you a story, and you're kind of going through that in a hospital and performing surgery, and there's kind of some nods to Surgeon Sim and stuff like that. But for now, that's kind of all we've got out there. And otherwise, we spent our time just putting it on new platforms. And we've been working on a new game for about a year and a half now that's unrelated to Octodad, because we wanted to see if we could manage to create something else that's completely original and new, just because that was kind of the whole point of forming our studio.
Yeah, that's great.
To make new and different and weird things that a wide audience of people could kind of relate to.
Right.
Are you ready to tell us about your new game, dude?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right. I'll let you pass on that one. You have to come back and tell us about your new game.
Absolutely.
Tell me what the scene's like, especially for indie devs in Chicago.
The scene here is pretty cool, actually. There's a lot more game developers in Chicago than you would think, or that I think most people know about.
Do you have an indie game developer collective kind of stuff?
Yeah, there's the Indie City Co-op, actually down the hall from our
Whoa!
Where like a bunch of other developers are. The Men Who Wear Many Hats are there. They made Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And then there is Trinket Studios, and they're working on Battle Chef Brigade. And there's our friend Chris Wade down there is also working on a game called Sausage Soccer, which is pretty hilarious. These like floppy creatures that move like sausage, but like some are like a corgi, one's a shark, and like run around and kind of use like Gang Beast like physics to get a soccer ball.
Sounds like you're in an awesome environment then. So you mentioned platforms. Can you just list all the platforms Octodad is on?
How can I get
Oh my
Octodad?
God, you look like you're about to rip out your hair.
Oh, I can try.
And some of the challenges, because I think people think, oh, you just like push a button and it goes to another platform. So can you tell me about a little of that stuff?
Yeah, sure. So it's on PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, PC, Mac, Linux, Steam, GOG, Humble, iOS, Android. It's on NVIDIA Shield devices. I don't know if I'm missing any.
Something's coming out this weekend.
It's on PlayStation Vita, yeah. And then this weekend we're doing like the physical release for PS4 and Vita through Limited Run Games.
That's awesome.
I think that's it.
So the real question is, what is it not on?
What do you want it to be on next?
Yeah. Sounds like it is
we may
everywhere.
have reached our limit of like what it can actually run on. We had thought about Ouya, but it wouldn't run on it. And that's kind of been, their history has been interesting lately.
I'm working on a little side project.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult releasing on multiple platforms as a small studio just because of the amount of like QA needed and the amount of like technical requirements, costs of just like testing and submitting the game and passing all the tests that you have to pass for it to be able to release on those platforms. And then managing like the release dates for all of those, promotions for all of those, actually making sure people on those platforms know it's coming out, and like negotiating good deals for those sorts of things. And it's just kind of a big time sink, I guess, which, luckily enough, like we're a team of 7 people right now, and I spend a lot of my time on those sorts of things. But whereas, some other smaller studios don't have a dedicated person for that kind of stuff, and it's harder because they have to manage their time between that and actually making the game.
Right.
Whereas we can kind of spread that work out a little bit more.
Thank you for that answer. That was very thorough. So it is Father's Day this weekend. I know people can have mixed emotions about that, but I read that Kotaku interview where you said Octodad is the perfect dad, right?
I think he's a pretty good dad.
Yeah.
I mean, he always like tries to be better than what he is, and is always kind of trying to be good for his family in general.
He means well.
Yeah. He's trying. I mean, look at this guy. It's really hard to navigate across the kitchen.
Yeah.
Don't knock over that plate of
The worst
donuts.
part is falling in the fireplace. That's
really?
Yeah.
that what it makes you hurt
It's rough.
inside?
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's pretty rough.
At least you didn't put any banana peels next to the fireplace. Appreciate it.
Mobius from our chat room says Octodad is the best dad ever.
Aww.
Thanks.
Well, that's nice. Thank you.
So you were really generous and gave us some Steam keys. I think
Yes.
we're gonna give away one right now. If Ryan can, Ryan's also from Chicago and he's really excited to give away a Steam key. Hey Ryan, you ready to give away a Steam key to the chat room? Oh, yes he
Ryan
is.
says yes he is. Steam
Okay.
key hype.
So I think you just have to be active in the chat room and you may have your very own copy of Octodad Deadliest Catch. Special thanks to P. Tibbs.
Let's see the hype.
Dropping that.
Who wants
And
Steam keys?
you know, I think it would be really great. Like, so I don't know what I'm doing with my dad this weekend. Maybe I should just play Octodad with him.
I recommend
And
it.
then
It's an idea.
And then I can call him an octopus. And then that will have special meaning from now on. I'll be like, see, Dad, you try so hard. I appreciate you. You're like an octopus.
As a dad, I think that could lead to some interesting conversations. I think you could, who knows? It could be therapeutic, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what's always interesting to me, as I
Yo,
kind of
Stinky
get older,
One.
we're the same age, right? I always think about, would I play the thing I made with my kids? Right? I don't have kids yet. I have a dog. But like, has that popped into your head? That kind of stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, usually it's more of a matter of like, is what I'm working on something I'd be proud to like show another person, no matter like who they are.
Right.
And I think that's kind of a guiding principle in what we make in general.
Woo! Skexy42 won Octodad. Yay!
Congratulations, Skexy42. Woo! Congrats.
Thank you for that answer.
Come back and let us know how you like it, Skexy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Actually, you want to do better, why don't you tweet at Young Horses on Twitter and tag HyperRPG and let them know how you feel about Octodad. I guess like one question that I'm dying to know about is, all right, what's up with the spouse? What's up with the wife that she's
what
like
is that deal?
kind of suspicious? Tell me what that really means, Phil.
What that means?
Yeah, what about the decision?
I just smacked my daughter in the head with a milk jug.
Well, I mean, you know, if you had a partner who was just kind of like always seemed like they were hiding a little bit of something, wouldn't you be suspicious? Like, wouldn't you be like, I don't know about this person. Like, I love them, but
you know, I think he's also an octopus.
Yeah.
Right?
It's interesting because it's like the game could almost be about secrets, right?
Right.
It's almost like he's keeping the secret.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, so the chef knows, and then like she's the only one that's kind of in on like, I know who you really. Not even the kids, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she
nobody
doesn't
knows.
really know.
Yeah.
She's kind of suspicious of like, well, it seems like he's hiding something from me, but I'm not sure what it is.
It's also hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
when you
just
made
hilarious.
the game, you could have gone a different direction where the wife was in on it. But the fact that like right now I'm playing the game and the wife is glaring at me, it like adds another layer to it. Like
she's
psychologically,
just, she has
emotionally
this,
as you're
like,
playing the
wide-eyed
game, right? Like you're
stare,
like,
and
oh,
you're
man,
like,
even my wife is watching me.
and you're like, oops,
Yeah.
don't mind me. I can't even carry a coffee cup.
Yeah.
And then there's just like another task. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, Phil, thanks for coming on.
Fantastic. Thanks for the Steam keys.
We'll be excited to hear about that next game
We're
too.
gonna continue to give them out to the community. Please follow Young Horses on Twitter.
Yes.
Show them some love. Show P Tibbs.
Yep.
I've just your Twitter handle. It's great branding, dude.
It is.
Great
It works,
branding.
it works. I think it
and actually, I love to hear about some of the other indie games coming out of your neighbors. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely tag us. We'll retweet you. Thank you so much. Have
thanks
fun,
for having
guys,
me.
playing Octodad. Bye.
Bye. So good.
So good.